The following video contains an egregious amount of spoilers. So, yeah. Hollywood, we have a problem. A few months ago, in the midst of pure pandemic boredom, I watched American Skin, directed by and starring Nate Parker, who you might recognize from 2016's Birth of a Nation, the overly depressing movie about Nat Turner's slave rebellion that was a little too historically accurate. What the f***? American Skin is a drama about a recently divorced black Marine whose unarmed teenage son is killed by the cops. As I watched this movie, I thought it was going to be about black strength and resiliency, and the movie could have been good until the ending ruined it. It kind of reminded me of Queen and Slim, another movie about black strength and resiliency that could have been good until the ending ruined it. Do you see what I'm doing here? Stay with me. With the Moderna vaccine having coursed through my black little veins for the last 90 calendar days, I thought it was high time and safe for me to return to the cinema in person. In the last 3 months, I've seen 5 movies in person: Black Widow, Candyman, Old, The Forever Purge, and Shang-Chi. And every time I go to the movies, I pay very close attention to the previews because it's a good way for me to gauge what Hollywood is doing at the current time and what movies I might want to see next. And there's one word to describe the majority of movies I see in these previews: white. Or palm-colored, as the TikTokers say. And I found that the majority of movies with black leads or predominantly black casts were either few or far between or had plots consisting of black trauma tropes. Now, it's no secret that since the earliest days of the cinema industry, black people have had to fight tooth and nail against racism and disproportionate numbers and lack of representation. But given the current climate of the world and the socio-political movements such as Black Lives Matter and Oscar So White, you'd think that at least we'd have more representation, right? So I wanted to take a look at what the numbers in Hollywood actually look like. Black people have to have equal or semi-equal representation in Hollywood. I mean, guys, we have a black president.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
So, at 3 a.m., I got on the worldwide interweb and did a little digging like Wade from Kim Possible. I wanted to see what percentage of Hollywood movies in the last 5 years had black lead characters or predominantly black casts. And going off of that, I wanted to see what percentage of these black movies contained plots encapsulated in black trauma. So through my research, I analyzed the cast and plots of every American movie released between 2017 and the end of 2021. And the results I found were disappointing, but not surprising.
Why would you say that?
Can't fix it.
Why would you say that?
Between 2017 and 2021, 1,330 movies have been either slated or released in America, and only 138 of these movies had black leads or predominantly black casts. That's a whopping 10%. Out of those 138 black movies, 42 of them, or 38% of them, were black trauma movies. Now, these numbers are all approximations, but dear God! And 42 might not seem like a big number, but we are talking about a period of 5 years. That's about 7 black trauma movies a year. The disproportionate numbers in Hollywood might be easy to miss because the black megastars that we do have are spectacular. Denzel, Viola Davis, Michael B. Jordan, just to name a few. And it doesn't stop at black actors. In the year 2021, we are just now getting our first #1 movie directed by a black woman. Shout out Nia DaCosta. And after almost 30 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we just got our first black lead in 2018 and our first Asian lead in 2021. I leave you with these questions. With all that we have to offer, why is it that black people aren't good enough to lead more movies? Why are we relegated to the sidelines, or the black sidekick, or the black servant? And a lot of the time, when we are good enough, we are only good enough to have our stories told through the lens of our trauma and pain. Hollywood, we have a problem. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I need the validation of strangers on the internet. Go watch my other videos, or else. I'm just kidding, but please.